So you've hired a marketing agency and, well, don't they take care of marketing operations too? Let's find out in this episode of Leverage Your Spark. Welcome to Leverage Your Spark. I'm Brandy Lawson. When you hire someone to do marketing, it's easy to assume they're going to take care of it all, right? Well, how does this work when you hire in other areas of your business? Turns out that bookkeepers don't do taxes, although both tasks are considered accounting, and some CPAs handle both. Sales is another area where there are actually several different types of activities needed, from lead generation and inbound sales to outside salespeople and direct salespeople. So I guess it really isn't much of a surprise that the same is true with marketing. When traditional marketing agencies do need to add technology or use a new piece of software, you, the client, are usually on the hook for getting it and owning it. From purchase to setup or wrangling the IT department to handle this process, it all becomes complex and actually can be a stumbling block for getting things done. Marketing isn't marketing. Like finance and sales, marketing isn't just one thing. Marketing operations and the digital side of the technologies employed are likely outside the scope of what traditional marketing agencies can and will handle for you. Now, the point of hiring anyone in your business is to accelerate your ability to get from here to where you want to go. In fact, last season of this podcast was all about just that. It's called Working with Experts. Go check it out if you want more details and how-tos on that topic. Marketing agencies can be very broad, while others are more specialized. Marketing agencies may be able to provide everything from strategy through branding, graphics, to media buying, pay-per-click ads, PR, etc. But because they can provide so many areas of service, nailing down responsibility for technology and automation is where things can get sticky with marketing agencies. Because technology and digital pieces are so new, terminology and expectations are still being sorted out, and determinations being made about who handles what between a marketing agency and their clients. It's frustrating when things change because updating can be a time suck. There's stuff to learn, plans to make, and then you actually have to do the work to implement. Let's shortcut your move to Google Analytics 4. Grab the quick and dirty guide to set up Google Analytics 4 and get just what you need to know to easily move to this new platform. Download the free guide at getffx.com/GA4. So, what to do with all of this? First of all, much like the rest of the alternatives we've talked about, understanding how, when, and where you're going to use the marketing agency you've hired is critical to make sure they're effective in their role. Also, because marketing operations, digital marketing, and marketing agency are sort of a mashup at this point, you'll want to get very clear about what expertises your marketing agency is bringing, what they're not bringing, and what they expect you to be responsible for. The other piece here is to figure out what you want your team to be responsible for and what areas of expertise your team has. Because by and large, marketing operations is a gap in most marketing teams. And unless there's been some sort of event that was a catalyst, it remains a skills gap. Once you're clear on your team's role and the marketing agency's role, you can then discern what might be falling in the marketing operations area or identify those tasks and systems that have no owners. Many teams we've encountered had someone come in and set up a technology system or marketing automation tool like HubSpot, Salesforce, or ActiveCampaign. And then that resource left. And the organization had a system that they used, but they weren't sure how it was set up, nor could they replicate the setup, and they certainly couldn't fix it when it inevitably broke. In these cases, a marketing agency will be relying on the client to give them information on the existing system and own any fixes, changes, or improvements needed to maximize the benefit of the work they're doing. Pro tip here, if an employee or external agency set up or onboarded software for you, ensure they provide clear documentation and a user's guide on how this tool is set up so you can continue to use it. And if you don't have this yet, now's a great time to get started. The payoff in delineating between your team, a marketing agency, and the marketing operations roles is that you will have clarity and be able to level set expectations on what everyone is handling. You'll also be able to get in front of implementations, fixes, and potential issues of scale before they become a problem for the organization, running towards its big revenue and growth goals. In the next episode, we'll wrap up the conversation about alternatives to marketing operations teams by discussing the option of hiring internally. Do you know ratings help others discover this podcast? I know it's a big ask, but if you take just a moment to go to ratethispodcast.com/spark and drop us a rating, it helps us get found by other listeners who are looking for this information.